Free State Police have deployed more resources in the search of missing 19-year-old Kamogelo Baukudi, but they are hopeful they will make a breakthrough soon. Baukudi was kidnapped on Thursday on his way back from school, allegedly by two males impersonating the police. The men are said to have been travelling in a white Toyota Hilux GD6 double cab. Skarma Fokwane has more. Scar, so many of these incidents that we speak about. Just what do we know about this particular incident involving this young man?
Good afternoon to you, Hugo. It's a very bizarre story, I can tell you. 48 hours since Kamogelo was taken by those two men. Police this morning briefing the media that their investigation, Hugo, is at a very critical stage, but not divulging much information as to what's going on with that investigation, but telling us that they are at a breakthrough in terms of that investigation, and saying they are in contact with the family. They are offering social support to the family as well. But behind me, Hugo, this is the stretch of road that Kamogelo was traveling with his driver, Daniel Mulebadzi, on Thursday when they were taken, or rather when he was taken, as I allow my colleague to pan to the left and show you. So what Mulebadzi says is that they had a siren sound from behind them, and that vehicle which you described, the white Toyota Hilux, a double cab, which had sirens and was fitted with blue lights on the grille. So they stopped them along this stretch of road and approached them. They told them that they suspected that the car was delivering drugs, Hugo. And what subsequently happened was that Kamogelo and the driver were separated from each other along this road, and the police asked Kamogelo to come. So rather, the people who impersonated the police asked them to join him in the bakkie that was driving behind them, and asked Mulebadzi to drive ahead and to the Park Road police station here in Bloemfontein. And what subsequently happened is that as Mulebadzi was driving, a truck came between the two vehicles, and what happened was that the two males who kidnapped Kamogelo and who were impersonating cops then drove off with Kamogelo. 48 hours later, we're no wiser as to what has been happening, but then police telling us this morning that their investigation is at a critical stage, and that they hope to find the 19-year-old and bring him home safely. Let's take a listen to what the police told us this morning.
We have deployed maximum resources within this team, which is being led by Major General Adams, in an effort to locate 19-year-old Kamogelo Baukudi, who was kidnapped on Thursday by suspect impersonating police officials. The team's clear and uncompromised mandate is to bring Kamogelo home safe and alive and apprehend whoever is behind this barbaric act. According to the Provincial Commissioner, the investigation has reached a very critical stage. All we can do is to just support the community and the family at large, those who were very close to Kamogelo, as well as to give space to the investigating team in order to make a breakthrough in this case, which we suspect that it will be very soon.
And also what Magele told us this morning, he described the vehicle that Kamogelo was taken under, and also telling us that it's not the first incident that this bakkie has been reported in the Bloemfontein area. But they say they've got their finger on the pulse, and they are hopeful that they will crack this case. Let's take a listen to what Magele told us when he described this vehicle.
The type of the vehicle being mentioned, it's almost used by many units and sections within the South African Police Service, which brings us to where we would zoom and make sure that we go deeper into finding out if it's in the pool of South African Police Service. We won't pull back any punches. Whoever is involved will have to have his or her head rolling. And the Provincial Commissioner clear mandate to the investigating team is to go deeper, not even looking outside, they must also look inside. So if it's inside, and I promise, and that's the promise of the Provincial Commissioner, that we'll get to the bottom of it.
Also, Hugo, last night on Friday evening, there was a prayer service at Kamogelo School organized by the teachers and some of the parents just to pray for a safe return for Kamogelo. We spoke to some of his friends, we spoke to some of his teachers, and they described him as a leader in the classroom, as somebody who's so bubbly in the classroom, and they couldn't understand why that has happened. But also some of the students telling us that at this point they are not feeling safe because this happened just very close to their school, Hugo.
Scott, interesting that the police officer has talked about the possibility, or in fact leaving no stone unturned, including looking within the police service. Do you get the impression when he speaks about we've reached a critical point in this investigation, as he said in one of those clips that you had us listen to, that there is a strong possibility that this issue could have started from within SAPS?
Definitely, Hugo. They are not ruling out the possibility that there might have been, police involvement in this. When probed further upon that, Macheles told us that, look, at the scope of the investigation at the moment, they've broadened it. They have broadened the scope of that investigation. So if members of the SAPS are involved as well, they will face the music as well. So at this point, they are not ruling out that possibility that actually there could be police involvement in this. So it's still a bizarre case at this point. He's not revealing much at this stage, but he's telling us that is at a critical stage. And in the coming hours, they tell us that there may be another update regarding this investigation. And I think upon that, we'll hear if there were police involvement or these two individuals were simply acting on their own and impersonating police officials.
Scott Mafukwana, appreciate your time covering that story of 19-year-old Kamogelo Baukudi kidnapped in the Free State. Appreciate your time.